feel like I kind of get this sense.
Oh, that scared me.
What was it? Oh my
Your
God.
child. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 9 of the Obscure Moms Podcast. My name is Josie.
And I'm Karisa. Today, we're in for a little treat. We have our third guest on today, Samantha, or Sam the Magickal Queen. So we're going to be diving into some tarot, some mediumship, and getting to know her a little bit better. But first, maybe we should catch up because last week we did not do a what the fuck happened this week. So
We did not.
is there anything interesting that's happened for you this week or last week?
We're starting another business, which, we have to these days, y'all. Gotta, what is it? What's that saying? Have multiple streams of income.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's exciting. So we're really excited for that. Hopefully this month we do like a soft launch, and we're gonna be starting a mobile bartending service / photo booth. So hey, hit me up. But I'm in LV, so eventually we'll go out to California. But more details later. But yeah, that's exciting.
So you've been wrapped up in that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. It'll be worth it.
Yeah. I mean, aside from that, just the typical being really tired and exhausted and whatever. But I think that's the most exciting thing right now.
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
Well, I too, like you mentioned, working on something as well. Also, I returned back to work last week, and I've been there for 2 weeks now. So there's that. I think baby had already started solids. We're coming very close to the end of the school year, so we're getting ready for graduation.
That's wild.
I know. It really is. And it's, prom, we're preparing for that, senior prom, and it's just like...
Is thing one going?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
He is going solo, but I know.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Yeah. So it'll be, I think he's probably not alone in that. I think one of his friends is also going. The cats are going crazy, but dude, did you hear that?
Yeah.
They're like knocking walls down or something. But anyway, yeah. So it's just been, riding the waves of going back to work and breastfeeding or trying to pump and figure all that mess out. And it's just been a little stressful on my body, but doing the best that I can. So
yeah, I'm sure you are. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
So anyway,
definitely. Speaking of breast milk, I still have a little bit. Very little. I don't breastfeed, but like I check sometimes, and I think I checked today in the morning. No. I just squeeze sometimes just to see what's in there, and I squeezed this one, and it was like barely anything, and I was like, okay, let me this one, and then like I was like, what the hell? Like a lot, like not a lot, but like it was a good little drop, like this big. And I was like, what the heck? That is weird.
You start
relactate.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's possible.
It is
you
possible.
could like restart, but
I choose not to.
Man, it's rough. It's been stressful. Trying to keep up. and pumping and washing all the parts. And
kudos to you, man, because when I did it, it was
it's
rough too.
it's rewarding, but it is,
Mm-hmm.
Melinda's right here, but I was gonna say something. Oh, so yeah. Anyway, I'm excited for today's episode. That's why, and I just kind of wanted to see, like, we know somewhat how mediums work and
So
their
you can't
ways.
see it. Anyways.
They're all different. And what is it that you're trying to get out of today's episode? I suppose, Melinda. Gosh.
I don't think I'm really well. I want to learn more about our guest and what her gifts are and what she can do, because she's not going to be this. I don't know if she won't be the exact same from Sabrina, so I'm curious as to how she channels, what she, what type of ability she has, right? So does she hear, can she see, right? As far as anything else, I am not really looking to whatever she channels is what she channels. Like the last time, I don't think we
Or
expected
if she channels any. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
And
we didn't expect anything.
yeah.
So no expectations. If she does, then that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I do know that she does do tarot. She's very, very talented with that, and the messages that she gets through tarot. She's like, that's kind of her way of channeling that I've noticed. But she is a spiritual entrepreneur, I would say. Like, she's very, ever since I've known her through social media, because we've known each other through like other people, but we've never met in person. We've kind of, all of our connection has been through social media. So, but everything that I've seen, and she's very, a go-getter. She's a mom. She has 2 boys, and she'll explain everything. But I'm excited for everyone to get to know her. Our audience is going to be completely different than, the audience she has. But I think there's a lot to take away with her. And I think there's a lot that she can do for the community if you're interested in that type of thing. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I've never met her before. So I'm really excited to meet her, to see what she can do, really. And then tarot, I've recently, in the last couple of years, been really interested in tarot, and the last few months too, and it's really interesting to see and to see what. Well, I've only, aside from Carlos, I don't think you maybe you have pulled a couple cards for me years ago.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Been a while.
It's been a while, but I usually just listen to like the
YouTube videos.
Yeah, just the YouTube videos, but it's not a personal reading, so it could be different.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
So yeah, I'm curious to see what she has to say today.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to touch on like children and their like
abilities.
Yeah, their abilities. Just whatever comes up. Just have a good time with her and pick her brain a little bit and see how it goes, I guess. So
yeah,
it'll be fun.
Should be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess without further ado, we should welcome in Samantha.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Thank you.
Tell us who you are, what you do.
My name is Sam. I am a tarot reader. I am a psychic medium. I'm a spooky enthusiast. I'm a paranormal enthusiast, and I'm a mother. We were just talking about this before you guys started recording, but I'm not an alien enthusiast whatsoever at all. Yeah. But it was a good episode though. I just got done watching the episode, and it was great, but it scared the shit. Well, it was like 2 episodes ago. Scary.
Yeah.
Scary. But yeah, that's
it. Which one scared you the most?
Of the alien stories?
Yeah.
The guy fucking the alien. I was like, no.
That's a trippy story, right? Like
the artwork, I was like, because you guys showed some of it, but then I looked up the rest and I was like, I'm gonna be traumatized for the next 2 months. for sure. I was like, hell no.
I had to edit in the dark while my baby was
Girl.
sleeping. Oh no, I was like, I had to do this quick.
That's when you start hearing the little noises behind you. You're like,
Oh, I kid you not. I'm editing, right? And he has a Build-A-Bear toy that you press the button, right? And it goes off.
yeah.
He was sleeping. I don't know how. I'm assuming he kicked it, but it went off. And I'm editing the alien one, and I'm like, I freak out. Yeah, and then I go in to check. His foot is like not even close to it. So I'm like,
no. Yeah.
yeah. I like freak out.
No, absolutely not.
I know.
Yeah. No, thank you. I think after I watched the fourth kind, I was literally like, no, I'm good on aliens.
Is the fourth kind the one that's like from maybe like the 90s? Is it that movie where he's like in a pod? Okay, maybe I haven't seen that one. Do you guys know that one movie where he like, it has to be from maybe like the 80s or the 90s, and he wakes up and he's like in some weird pod. Do you know what I'm talking about? And he has like these things on his neck, and
Is that
I
the
don't know.
Matrix?
No.
No.
It's definitely an alien movie, because I think when you like have like a memory where you saw like glimpses of it. I've seen that movie in like glimpses, but I remember I was probably like 5, and I was traumatized. I have to look it up, but it's extremely scary. Like,
it's not Fire in the Sky.
I know. That's what I was thinking. It might have been that.
Does he have like long hair, kind of like 70s hair?
Yeah, kind of.
It might. Does he wake up in a friggin' like jelly pod and he's like freaking the fuck out? Yes, that's the one. That's the one. So I didn't know what it was called, because I won't give that movie too much attention because it scared the shit out of me as a kid. Oh hell no.
Yeah. It's Fire in the Sky.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
we definitely talked about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that one.
So, okay, so you're into paranormal stuff. Now, talking about movies, you're like, I'm not giving that shit the time of day. There is a movie, and I don't know what it's called. I've never watched it. It's a horror movie, but it supposedly like curses anyone who watches it. Have you heard of that?
No, I haven't. Yeah. What is it?
I don't remember what it was called, but I was like, I have no interest in watching that, because I believe that stuff too much. Like, to do that to myself willingly, like, no, thank you. So,
well, I have, and I don't want to talk about it too much, but because I fucking despise this movie, but I have a little story where I do think that this movie kind of fucked with my energy, just because I'm extremely empathetic, and I was always into like scary movies. I still like certain scary movies, but there's some that I just can't watch. I don't know if it's because I'm a mom now. I don't know. But I went to the theater when it came out. I don't even want to. I'm sure you guys have seen it. I don't even want to say the fucking name. It's called Hereditary, and I saw it.
Hell no,
girl. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Like, even like I saw somebody post a clip of it like a year ago, and I flipped the fuck out. So I went to the theaters, and I saw it in the theaters, and I wanted to leave. I was like, I thought I was having a panic attack. I was like, there's no fucking way. And so after that, it haunted me for to this day. And that was like 7 years ago, 6 years ago. Wow. I'm still traumatized. Like, if I see a clip or see any of the faces in that movie, I'll get a panic attack. Like, it was I just think that there was something
deeper.
Yeah, for sure. You guys both seen it, right?
Yeah.
I cried myself to sleep after watching.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I was fucking traumatized. I had to drive, because I was with someone. I had to drop him off, and then I drove myself home, and I was just like sitting in the car, and I couldn't. Oh
no!
It sent me into my hands are sweaty right now talking about it, girl. I'm like, hell no. No, like, just again, I'm into paranormal, but there's just certain things that I don't like to get into. You know what I mean? Like, and that movie was no, absolutely not.
Yeah, I always tell people that movie, like, to me, it wasn't like a scary movie. It was more like a psychological, like, mind fuck, because it was just so fucking bizarre. Like, it, but I think I have to agree with you that there's something deeper behind that movie, that
Yeah.
it affected people differently, because I know other people who are also extremely like, fuck that movie. That movie scared the shit out of me.
Yeah,
And I'm
me
just
too.
like, I don't know. There's scarier movies to me, but like The Fourth Kind, but
Okay,
that's
yeah, I
me.
haven't seen that one, and I don't want to see that one.
No,
I'm
you don't.
Don't watch it.
Especially as a mom, don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
no, don't do that to yourself.
no, I won't take it there with certain things. Again, I think when I became a mom, just certain things bothered me to a certain extent where I'd be like, "Ah,
Yes,
I'm not doing it, you know? So,
Yeah.
absolutely. Same thing here.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, me
I've
too.
become a lot more like sensitive to things happening to children or parents or anybody in movies, and I feel like
Yeah.
I get more like sensitive and emotional towards movies, and I used to make fun of my mom because of that. Like, she would start crying and I was watching TV and I would start laughing at her like, you're lame.
Yeah.
You're lame.
You're lame. And now I'm like turning into that, like,
Oh my gosh.
Sobbing under the
I know.
blanket. Like, oh my God. Me too.
Seriously.
But I
It's
have
Yeah.
depressing. I'm like,
to.
I have so many feelings. Like being a mom, I feel like I've always been like a very feeling, again, like very empathetic, but being a mom, it's like everything affects me. If I see something, I'm like, oh
Mhm.
my God. I don't, like it's just,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
annoying. But yeah, I'm that mom. And my kids are like, Mom, stop it. I'm
Yeah, you're embarrassing me.
like,
It's
Oh my
true.
oh
gosh.
my
Yeah, it
gosh.
is.
It is what it
Yeah,
is. Like,
I know.
so.
It's
When did you know you had your abilities?
I would say I think the first time that I realized something was different, or that I could sense things or see things that were different, was when I was about maybe 5.
Oh.
I had a dream, which I don't think it was a dream, where I was watching myself and I saw, and it sounds so weird, but I saw like a lady that kind of looked like the Pinocchio fairy. You know what I'm talking
Mm,
about? Like she had like a blue
yeah.
dress and like blonde hair. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I could associate it to at that age. And she came in, like kissed me on the forehead, and it didn't feel like a dream to me. And I think that that was the first time where I was like, something's off. And then the first time that I realized I could kind of like, I guess you could say, I don't even want to say like predict the future. I don't want to put it that way, but kind of sense things before they happen or whatever the case is this is so weird too. I was standing, so we had like a chain link fence in my backyard and we could see the neighbors on the other side. So we would talk to the little girls and go hang out there or whatever. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember this little girl she got stung by a bee. And so the girls were putting like mud on her foot. I guess that was like the remedy when, I don't know, we're kids. And they're doing that, right? And I'm literally standing there and I'm watching her get like, like attention. And I think my little starved attention self, I was like, looking at her and I was imagining myself getting stung by a bee. And I said it to myself. I was like, I wish that I got stung by a bee. And I literally, I kid you not, God strike me dead if I'm lying, I got stung by a bee on my foot right after. Like literally, I
Oh
was
wow.
standing on a bee.
Oh my
So when that
God.
happened, and I still remember that story, and I know I had to be like at least 5 or 6. I was like, that's really weird. So that kind of thing kind of just trickled into my life
Mm,
ever since then. And
Hmm.
yeah.
it's been that way pretty much. Yeah, I'm 35 now. So for like the past 30 years,
Wow.
Wow.
I got a lot of
That's
weird stories.
yeah.
I like weird stories, but
Yeah, me too.
I think I've had experiences like that too, but I can't remember any of them being around that age. Like,
Yeah,
and they say that's when like you're the most sensitive, and that's kind of
Yeah.
when your gifts, because obviously you've heard that everyone has these gifts. It's just if you ignore them, they kind of move away, and if you don't practice them, they kind of dwindle off. So
yeah,
most kids, if they don't acknowledge it, it kind of just fades away until
right.
they
Mm-hmm.
kind of discover it. So,
Yeah,
um, yeah, I don't know. I think we had conversations about
Yeah.
like our kids and the
yeah.
possibility of
Oh, yeah,
their
that's
work.
right. That's
Yeah,
right. Because you have a Scorpio kid, right?
I do. Yeah.
Yeah. And how old is your Scorpio?
He's 6.
Oh yeah, they're like a year apart,
I
literally.
think a year and a half maybe, but
Yeah.
and some weird things with that.
Yeah.
And it's that, like I was saying, like it's that age where if you don't figure out what it is,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to start ignoring it and chalking it up to like, oh, it's just a bad dream, or
Mm-hmm.
oh, it's just because of that movie I watched, or who knows. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when you're before society gets to you, the veil is just really thin, especially if you're, I do believe that everybody has gifts. I do. I think that some people literally just naturally come onto earth and they're very sensitive, almost like when someone's a good singer, like they don't really need the training, they're just good at it. Like that's, I believe everybody has gifts, but I think some people are just way more open than others.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's, I would say that about myself and my son too. I think both of my kids. So I have an almost 11-year-old, he's a Gemini, and then I have a 5-year-old who's a Scorpio, and I think both of them are, I think they're both really gifted. I don't push it on them or anything like that, but I do see them sensing things, knowing things, and I'm like, especially my older one, he'll say things that I'm thinking, and I'm like, where the fuck did you get that from? Like, where'd you see that at? And he's just like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, okay.
Like, did I put that in your head, or did you put it
Yeah.
into my head?
No, he's crap. Like, I just think me and my kids are really, really close too. And they've been watching me do what I do for a long time. So I think, I don't know. I don't know if they're just picking up. I don't know. It's a trip.
Well, have you ever heard of thought transfer or like thought? What is that? What is it called? Do you know what it's called? Like thought,
Like telepathy?
something like that. Where basically you're thinking of something and literally there's a person that's picking up what you're thinking of.
I mean, yeah, I think I would say like I've heard of telepathy, but maybe like them picking up your exact thoughts. I don't think I've ever really
Yeah.
seen that.
Yeah,
But
I
I
think it's
mean,
called thought
makes
transfer or
sense.
something like that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I think with, especially if you're like close to somebody or, like in the
Yeah.
close vicinity, because I think, yeah, like, and I also just think if you're really sensitive, have you guys ever like, okay, I don't know if you're, I know like Chris, I know you're like really intuitive. Josie, I don't really, what's your zodiac sign actually?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Are you December Sag? Okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's pretty intuitive too. Like my grandma, she's Sag and she's like, I think she's psychic. But when you're like really intuitive, I feel like it's almost, I think people think a little deeper into being able to pick up on things than it really is. Like I can just look at somebody, and this has always been how I've been my whole life, and I can tell like they're having a bad day. This is like natural things, but or they don't like me, or you can just see the energy without
Yeah.
really having to be a psychic, right?
Yeah.
And I think people don't, I see people that don't get those cues and those hints, and I'm like, wow, like you're really out of touch. Like that's
Right.
not that it's their fault, but it's like that's crazy to me because I feel like it's always been so natural. Like I always, when I would see like, when people do fake pranks online and it's supposed to be real or whatever, I'd be like, everyone's like, oh my God, this is so funny. And I'm like, this is really fake. Like there is
Yeah.
completely
It's
fucking fake.
staged.
Like, what are you
Yeah.
talking about? And they're not getting it. And I think like to me, that's not a psychic thing. That's just like a natural energy picking up on things. And like my kids,
Yeah.
they're like that too. Like they can sense when something's off. And I'm
Mhm.
grateful for that because I feel like you get yourself out of a lot of situations by being able to pick up on those. To me, that's just social cues, but I guess it's being intuitive. I don't know because not everybody has it. So
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
not everybody picks up on social cues either. So
that's true.
really,
That is true.
That's true. I'm
that's
like,
a
read the room.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's been a whirlwind. I actually met Carissa. Well, how did we meet? Like through this, right? Or did you follow me before?
No, I didn't. And
So it was through
I
tarot.
it was through Instagram. I don't remember exactly how,
Yeah.
but then I found out that we both worked for the same company. We knew a lot of the same people, and it was kind of like a weird thing. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a small world. And we
It
haven't been
is.
in person, huh? Have we? No.
No, we have not. No.
Yeah, that's crazy. So okay, with you, like when did it start with you? Because I know that you do tarot and stuff like that. So when did you like get into all of it?
Um, so like you were explaining about the bee story, there was a lot of situations growing up that I remember happening, not specifically like what happened.
Hmm.
I just remember walking to school one day and I was like, man, I thought to myself, like, literally everything that I'm saying or everything that I'm wanting to happen is happening. Now, I don't
Hmm.
know if that was some sort of a manifestation ability or if it was like I just knew it was coming.
Right.
Because in retrospect, I have no fucking idea when this started happening. Like, I have a terrible memory. Um, I feel like it really kicked off once my 6-year-old was born.
Mm. Okay.
That's when things started like unfolding for me. But looking back, like I see or remember certain things that weren't very specific. Like
Mhm.
that day that I just remember walking up the driveway and something had happened where I was just like, holy shit, like I literally made this happen. Like everything that I'm wanting to happen is happening. So, like I said, I don't know if it was happening because I put it out there or if it was
Yeah.
happening because I saw it coming.
Yeah.
I don't know. But as far as like having experiences like dreams or anything like that, I don't recall. But talking to my mom, she's like, my dad was very not my dad, but her dad was very sensitive and her mom was more like the religious one.
Oh, okay.
So she's like, but my dad was very intuitive. My mom's very intuitive. So I I see it. I just don't exactly know when.
Right.
It's kind of hard to answer. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
And Josie, are you into stuff like that? Are you into like psychic stuff or do you believe in it?
I
I'm
mean,
sure you do.
I do. I
Yeah.
do. I mean, from the episodes you've seen, I'm scared of like literally everything. Like sometimes of my own shadow. No, like not even kidding. But
Yeah.
um, I do remember from a very young age, I would just have very vivid dreams. Like I
Hmm.
remember telling my mom like dreams that I would have, and um, like I think when my grandma had passed away, I think I was like 8 or 9. I had a dream like shortly afterwards, like I was in her apartment and I was walking up to her bedroom door and she had like written like on little post-its like, oh, I miss you, I love you, and that, and I told my mom that dream, and I think for her it was like confirmation, like that that her mom was okay, and I think that brought her peace, and I was just like, oh, it's just a dream, right? I didn't really know, right?
Right.
Years later I started experiencing like sleep paralysis, and I came from a very religious household.
Mhm.
My mom's a pastor. She's been a pastor
Oh
for
wow.
over 15 years. Yes.
That's
So
awesome.
very, yeah, so very religious household. And so when I told my parents like I'm experiencing this, I don't know what's going on, I'm seeing a dark shadow in front of me, like a dark figure, it looks like he's wearing a hat. They obviously thought it was like a demon, and so I had heard a voice also. I heard a voice that
Hmm.
said my name, and so these were things that I was experiencing, didn't really understand. I thought like maybe the house was haunted,
Right.
the church was haunted, like maybe there was just something that was around. Like I didn't really understand.
Hmm.
Um I've always had vivid dreams. That's one thing for sure. I've kind of told the future. Like
Really? Yeah.
yeah, like I would have dreams, and then like the next day or whatever time period, like I would like, oh, I'm having a deja vu. Oh, this is about to happen, and then it would happen,
Yeah.
and my people around me would be like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just dreamt it." Like it was, yeah, it's a trip. Um, but yeah, the I think that for me is dreams. Like lately, I've been having so many vivid dreams, and it
Yeah.
feels like normal. Like I'm talking to you guys. It's just they're in color. I
hmm.
Yeah,
See,
I'm
some people can't
having
even say
conversations.
like can't even confirm that like that their dreams are in
Yeah.
color. I don't even remember some people can't even, like, they say when you're dreaming to look down at your feet so you know that you're like, because
Mm,
something about you can't see your feet when you're in a dream unless you're like very aware that you're dreaming at that time.
yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
I've only seen my feet once in my dream, but
Hmm.
I don't think
like
I've
like
ever seen my feet.
I
isn't
don't
that
think so
weird?
either.
I don't think so.
Like,
I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever thought about like looking,
right, right.
Yeah,
But
me neither.
I've definitely had dreams where I knew I was like, I'm dreaming. Have you ever had those dreams when you're like, wake up and you're like,
Oh
Yes.
yes.
and I'm like,
Hmm.
just wake up. And it's not sleep paralysis, but it's like, you know, you're trying to wake up. And it's weird. Like I'll see like it's almost like I can see the room around me and it's like my body's so heavy and I can't. I'm
Hmm.
like, oh, I hate
Mm,
it. So I
Yeah.
have those, and then I have some where I have no idea it's a dream, and then I wake up so relieved that it's a dream.
Oh
yeah.
gosh,
Oh
I have those a
yes.
lot.
I hate that. Yeah, the
Yeah.
dream state for me, I feel like I don't know, like personally, I think because of all the stuff that like not just like my psychic abilities, but just stuff that I've been through in my life, my dreams are never really good. I hate to say that and it sucks, but they're almost always a battle in my dreams or I don't know if I necessarily have premonition dreams, although I definitely have, but it's like I'm in another realm. Like truly I'm in another realm and I don't like it. I'm
Mm,
like, I don't want to be here. Like it's always weird. I never
Hmm.
have good dreams. So I like sometimes I pray like I don't want to dream tonight, like please, because it's just too
mm,
much. Like it's sometimes it's just weird, but it's not ever like people say like, oh, I had this amazing dream last night. And I'm like, I fucking wish my dreams are always they
Oh.
suck. I'm like, fuck.
really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's again, I don't know if it's just because I am really, really sensitive. And I do feel like I don't know, like I always feel like we're all kind of like in a spiritual warfare. Not to get
Mhm.
too out there, but I mean, I guess I'm on the right podcast to be getting out there. But yeah, like I
Mhm.
feel like we're always in a spiritual warfare. Like I feel like there's always things that are trying to mess with you, or even if it's just like people giving you negative energy or whatever the case is,
Mhm.
it's just shit that you're always kind of fighting. And I feel like if you're really sensitive, it's a little harder. So
Takes
Yeah.
more of a toll.
definitely takes a toll. So
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
that's why we wake up so I don't know if you guys ever wake up really tired, but just wake up really exhausted because your
Mhm.
brain just is going while you're sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Like my dreams, I feel like I close my eyes and then I like go somewhere else and I'm having this other whole experience
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I wake up and I'm like, damn, I did not sleep at all. Like I didn't
Yeah.
rest at all.
My
Yeah.
ass was out on the town.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and
Like damn.
causing
Yeah. Seriously, that's why I've never like I've heard of people, and I don't know if either one of you have ever like done this or heard of it. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of it, but like astral projection, I'm like, hell no. I know that some people do it. I'm like,
Mhm.
no thanks. I don't. Have you ever tried to or anything like that, or had an interest in doing that?
I have, but I've always been scared also because
yeah.
I've also heard that sometimes it's hard for you to find your body back.
That's what I was gonna say.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's hard to
Mhm.
find your body, and you really have to like
Hell no.
practice a
You have to
lot,
be
or yeah, like
very, yeah.
Yeah.
to be very good at it. No thanks. And then
Yeah.
you can go to different dimensions that are
Mhm.
not
You get
so
stuck or
positive and get stuck
Right.
there. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
no,
on
that's
some fucking Stranger Things shit. I'm like, hell no. I'm not
I
trying to.
know, right? I
No.
mean, maybe
mm,
that's where we're at right now, like just stuck on another dimension we didn't come from, and
It
things are
could
fucking
be.
chaos. Well, the world we're living in right now is chaos, and
I know. I have my own view like on all of that. So, when you obviously when you start doing like tarot and all these things, people are gonna like religion comes into play where they're like this is bad and this is evil and you're not supposed to be doing
mhm,
that, and I was never really religious, but I definitely have people in my life that were. So for a long time when I started doing psychic work, I kind of had to hide it at first because I felt like people were just like, what are you doing,
yeah,
people that I really thought were my friends. I actually lost a lot of friends when I went public with it, when I started promoting it like on social media. I lost a lot of friends, and people to this day, it's like, oh, she's putting witchcraft on me. I'm like, no, you just have bad karma, relax. But
Yeah.
like, it's always that, like, she's scary, she's crazy, whatever. But I don't know, like, for me, I go to church, which I think some people would be like, what, you go to church? For me, I personally am not religious, obviously. I believe in God. I believe in the higher source. And I also believe that certain people have these gifts that were given to them by God to be able to deliver messages. And that's what I feel. Truly, that's what I feel for myself. And I kind of feel like I don't know really what I believe when it comes to like hell and all of that. I don't know. I'm definitely not like a Bible thumper for sure. But I do think that this dimension that we're in right now, like this physical reality,
Realm. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
I feel like this is kind of like what would be described as kind of like hell. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that we're in hell, but it's like, it's definitely not heaven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like
Like,
it
Same.
might
so,
it might be what they were actually referring to when they mentioned it, or whoever
right.
mentioned it. It might just be what they were talking about. It's
It
just
could be. It could. And I think like I'm big on, I don't know shit. Like, I truly don't think that, I don't think any of us know shit. Like, people think they know shit, but we
Yeah.
really don't know shit. You know what I mean? Like, who's to say everything that they say, you know, on this is true, that the Bible is completely true, or this is untrue? Like, who knows, you
But
know?
oh, excuse me.
I like to leave it up to experience. That's really where I'm at. Like, when people try to tell me, well, how do you know that you're not communicating with, demons when you're talking to people's passed away loved ones? And I'm like, I've never in my life like experienced something bad coming in when I'm communicating, and it's always been a real feeling of somebody on the other side, and that's my experience. So,
Mhm.
I always, like I say, I go based on experience, not when people tell me. So, because we don't know.
Nobody knows.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Oh,
but I
shit.
don't. I don't know. It's just yeah. Nobody knows anything. We all are
Right.
like fucking dumb
Yeah.
and
We are.
inexperienced in life and in our souls bodies or souls energy. We're all kind of like newbies, right?
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
We are.
Obviously we're
So,
here learning something because
Well,
we're
that's why they
back.
call it. That's what they call it Earth School, right? Because this is the
mhm.
school,
I know. I'm
and
like,
it's
how?
it's
Why
the
the fuck
hard
do I have to learn all these fucking lessons? I'm like, what did I
because
do?
we chose to be here.
I know. I don't know about it. When they say that, when they're like, "You chose it," I'm like, "Are you sure I chose this shit? Like, are you sure?"
Am I
It's
really that dumb?
Yeah. I'm like, fuck. I chose those lessons, those specific lessons. That's crazy.
Literally. And
Yeah.
who knows for
Yeah.
like how many times we've had to have the same lesson.
I
Like,
know.
Knowing me a lot of times, a lot of times.
okay,
They're like, all
so I
right,
want
get
to
it together this time.
so curious because you mentioned something about like not having connection or channeling anything like darker energies or maybe spirits who are I've heard people say that spirits are on another vibration, right? So they're not ever really hostile or angry. That would be something else. So
Right.
you've never had an experience like that with a spirit or otherwise?
I have had an experience. I would say like multiple, but one that I could point out that would be really fucking scary, and I think that it was because we were being stupid and we invited something in. So,
Wow.
when I was about I want to say like 13 or 14, me and one of my best friends at the time, we got really into the Ouija board, which I don't recommend. I'm not judging if you've used it. I just don't I highly do not recommend this. Again, I'm an idiot. I'm a kid. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but again, I'm spooky and I like this shit, and
I'm
I watch The
spooky.
Craft every other weekend. So I'm like, let's do this. So we get a Ouija board at Toys R Us because that's where they
Oh
sell
my
them.
god.
Yeah.
Some people are like, "What's Toys R Us?"
Oh yeah, it's
I
closed. I
know.
forgot. So when it was
R.I.P.
open, they had the glow in the dark one. So we got it. And we were playing it, and you know what? When I got a chill right now. I'm all, where's my sage? I'm all scared now telling this story. So okay, when we first got it, I got kind of like oddly obsessed with it. I got oddly obsessed with it. I wanted to play all the time. I just thought it was so, again, I think, sorry, I'm like literally burning sage right now. I
You're
think
good.
that because, again, because I feel so connected, and I like all that stuff. So I was like, oh, like this is a cool way to communicate or whatever. So, I would, anytime my friends were over, I'm like, let's play, let's play. So we had been playing for maybe a couple of weeks, and we're at my friend's house, and my brother was there, my best friend at the time, and me. And we turned all the lights off, and we, like, we held it up to the light so that it would glow, and then we turned all the lights off and it was glowing. And so we wanted to test if it was real. We were like, we have to see if this really works. Like, what's this sensation when it pulls? Because I don't know, if has anyone ever played it?
I have not. No.
Okay, don't. I'm like, don't.
Don't do it.
So it literally
Hey,
moves.
actually, I have a mini one over here. Someone got me. I should just pull
Don't
it out.
touch it.
I'm just playing.
No.
I'm all, throw it away.
No. You know what?
So,
This is over.
Oh my
You're
god.
done.
I was kidding. No, so we're like, oh, like we have to see if it's real, because again, it gives you like this weird sensation, like it literally pulls. It's weird. So we turn the lights off, and we have her, not me, but my friend, do it with her head up, like not looking, and just her doing it by
Oh.
herself. So we're like, let's see if it works. Oh my God. So we turn the lights off, and we're asking it questions. And I swear I'm not lying. And my brother, he does not want me to bring this story up. So if I start telling it, he'd be like, shut up. Cause we were like traumatized.
Oh my god.
It literally starts going, I'm sorry, I'm going to cuss, but it's like, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. I swear on everything I love. And I was like, and I was like,
Chills.
stop it. Stop it. I know I got the chills right now too. And I was like, stop.
Oh no.
Her name was Stephanie. I was like, Stephanie, stop. And then she like almost couldn't stop. And I was like, no. And my brother was like, stop it. And he like grabbed her, and oh, I got the chills. And so after
My eyes are
that,
watery.
yeah, it's scary. It was scary. And I was like, mind you, we're freaking 13, 14 years old, like, and this is happening. So we're like, oh my God. So we stopped playing it or whatever. And I know, like, me now as an adult, I'm like, first of all, I remember that, and I'll never forget it. She wasn't looking. There's no way she would have, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was real. And I know that that was something that we invited in on accident, and it was not a
Happy.
loving no. So after that, you would think that I learned, and I did not learn. I still kept playing it like a dumbass. And so I think the very last day that I ever played it, nothing too crazy happened, but I do remember it was me and one of my other best friends, which her name was Josie, which is so funny, my other best friend. And we played it. And that day we were in the backyard. Oh my gosh, and this is also going to kind of correlate with a weird UFO story, so it's so weird. It was a summer day. It was like during the summer before I think we went to high school. And we played it. We went in the backyard. We were in my little like above ground pool or whatever. We're hanging out, and I'm like, I have like a raft or like fucking hot Cheetos floating. Like we're just living life, you know? And she's looking at me, and there's like, it's daytime, and there's like a big tree behind me and just the sky. And she's looking at me, but and my friend Josie she's a pretty serious person. She doesn't joke around. She's not a jokester. And she's looking at me, and she has big eyes already, but her eyes were huge. And she's just like, but like she's looking behind me, and I'm like, and I'm petrified because she looks so scared, and I'm like, what, and I'm like kind of like running in the pool, like, what, and I don't want to look behind me. And so she kind of stops, and she's like, what the fuck, and I'm like, what happened? And then I finally look, and I'm like, I don't see anything, what's wrong with you? And again, my friend is not I'm a jokester, she's not, she's very serious, she's not a jokester. And she's like, Sam, she's like, there was this weird black thing that just went like in the sky by the tree, and it went like this, and it went whoop, and it zipped away. It didn't make no noise. And I was like,
Oh my goodness.
I remember it like to this day. I still don't. I mean, this was before drones and shit, so I don't know. And she said it looked like, she didn't say it looked like a spacecraft, but she said it just looked like an a black object that just like,
Huh.
and it zipped away.
Mm.
And that was, and then after that, it was just very eerie. I remember like two black dragonflies came in the pool. It was just a very eerie day. And that was the last time I ever played it. And it like truly, I don't know if my mom hid it from me. It vanished. I never saw it again. And I'm not even kidding. Like it was gone. So
Hmm.
I don't know if I lost it. I put it away somewhere. I never saw it again.
Wow.
Thank God.
Oh my
Because
God.
it was,
So, but let me ask you, did you ever like say, aren't you supposed to like say goodbye? Did you say goodbye every time?
I think we did, yeah, every time. If I remember correctly, we said goodbye every time. Maybe not the time in my friend's room. I don't think because we were so scared. So I don't think
Oh.
that time. But yeah, I'm all
Oh
fuck.
my
I'm all
God.
too late now. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Josie's over there like, I'm not claiming
Yeah.
any negative energy.
Literally, I'm saying it in my head.
Yeah, it was something
I'm
else.
oh
But
my God.
I always warn people about that shit because I'm like, don't do it. Don't fucking do it. Like
Yeah.
Oh
just
hell no.
My kid was, so I have an almost 18-year-old, okay?
okay.
He was probably a sophomore in high school when he was like, "Oh, I was playing the Ouija board at my friend's house, and I got scared and I just left." I was like, "What do you mean you just left? Like you can't just be getting up and leaving those things. You're supposed to like close it out and make sure nothing like attaches or whatever the case."
No.
And I don't know whatever became of that, but
Yeah.
haven't heard anything. Like he doesn't believe in any of this stuff. The
Right.
fact that he was playing alone was kind of funny to me, but anyway, he's always the one joking around like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's because he's a Virgo, but
Probably. All
yeah,
Virgos are pretty like skeptical. They're very skeptical.
yeah, he makes fun
Yeah.
of me all the time
So he doesn't believe
because
like in ghosts or anything like that.
no,
Really?
he'll literally like make fun of me like, oh, maybe it was a ghost. And I'm like, because, okay, so I went to the Queen Mary and I was recording a live on Instagram.
Hmm.
And I was with a friend of mine and we were getting pulled to this one section of the boat
Hmm.
and inside in the hallways. And it was towards this room and it cut off. And then something weird was going on. I don't remember exactly what it was, but all the hair on my legs were standing up on this area of the ship, like, at this door, and we heard someone like either tapping or knocking, and I don't know if anyone was in that room like fucking with us, or it wasn't that one room because I've also had an experience in that room I've talked about,
Hmm.
the B340.
Hmm.
Um, some lady like whispered um, help in my ear, but
Oh, hell
that's
no.
so when
And
I was
I'm
on
all,
that live,
hell no.
he was like, "Oh, I saw something." Like he was in my live on Instagram, like egging me on. And when I got home, he's like, "Oh, were you scared? Did I get you?" And I was like, "You're an asshole,
Oh,
jerk."
your son was watching the live.
Yeah, and he was
Oh
like
my god.
egging me on. He's like, "Oh, I saw something." I was like, "See, it's not just me." So
Yeah.
whatever, freaking
Yeah.
Virgos.
Yeah. They're always,
I'm a
especially like
I'm
male
a Virgo
Virgo.
ascending.
Are
Oh,
you? Are you
Yeah.
analytical? Are you like an analytical person or like overanalyze things?
Yeah, sometimes.
Do you have OCD?
Not really.
not
Wait,
really.
what's your
Not really.
moon?
Taurus.
So you're a
Mm.
Sag, Taurus, Virgo.
Yeah.
You're probably more like free spirited with the Sag energy for sure, because that's like a little bit more like free flowing and kind of like go with the flow
I
type.
do feel like yes, but I also feel like as far as the Virgo, like I like things like a certain way, right? Like I can be clean, but I don't know if it's the Sag or the ADHD. I can be very messy. So it's like I have two worlds clashing.
That makes sense. Yeah, because I think Sag and Virgo are pretty different. They're for sure different. I think Sag is more like unapologetically, so that could attribute to like messy. And then Virgo's like very analytical, where it's like, I want this like that, I want to do this way, like, you know,
Yeah.
kind of that vibe. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yay.
I love knowing everybody's signs. I know that Carissa, you're Aquarius. What's your rising?
Capricorn.
Oh my goodness, that's so funny. I could totally see that. What's your
Really?
moon?
It's Leo. Leo.
Oh, that's interesting. Having a Leo
Very.
moon. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you probably definitely like struggle with your emotions at times, or you
Mm-hmm.
have for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with that
Yeah.
Leo moon, shit. Because that's like the opposite, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Yep.
that Capricorn and all that, you got all that Saturn energy in your chart.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a good thing because I feel like Saturn is very like longevity. So I feel like whatever you really put your all into, it lasts usually if you have a lot of Saturn in your chart. So,
And my ADHD comes in and is like, let's do this too. Let's do this
yeah.
too. And that's also like Capricorn. They're like very like work driven, or maybe not work driven, but like task driven. I don't
Yeah.
know. Like
Mhm.
it's so
Yeah.
much.
I,
So much
I have a lot of
information.
Capricorn in my chart.
Are you always like
Yeah.
on the go doing stuff or
E-
feel like you have to?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Feel like I have to.
I have a 10th house stellium, which is Capricorn's house, and I have it like a lot, and I'm
Mm,
never not doing something. I'm always doing something.
really.
It's
You are a
ridiculous.
very busy lady.
It's so annoying. I'm like, can you just turn your brain off for once? Okay, I want to ask you guys really quick. See, there's my ADHD. Do you guys like Ghost Adventures with Zach Bagans?
Oh, wait, he has a place in Vegas we were talking about.
That's what I wanted to talk about. But do you guys like him, or have you watched the show or
I've
anything
never
like that?
even seen, I didn't know he had a show. But that
Oh my
guy,
god!
I think I've heard
like,
of it. But I don't think I've ever
I'm
watched
shocked.
it.
she probably wouldn't watch it.
That's my
No.
favorite show. So he has okay. So Zach, my son Zach is named after that Zach. Like they're spelled the same and
Oh,
everything. Yeah, I was obsessed with that show. I still am. But he actually just did an episode with the lead singer of Korn. Like they just did an
no
episode together.
way.
Yeah, and I was like, they look alike, which I thought was weird. But it was really good. So he has that Vegas museum, and so I was going to ask you guys. Obviously, you've never been then. I'm guessing, right?
No.
So
No.
he has this guy he's like paranormal on 10. Like that's what he does for a living, right? He obviously has money, so he can buy all these things. Like he has the Annabelle, like the real Annabelle doll. He has that. He has like
Oh
the
shit.
demon box or some crazy shit like that, where it's like if you open it.
Oh,
I mean,
the
there
Dibbit
we go.
box.
There we go. That's what it's called. He has that. He has what was that crazy doctor's name that killed a bunch of people? What the fuck was his name? It's like everyone knows who this is. Like, and he had like a van where he would do it on.
What?
Like Doctor,
Hold
think
on.
of like
Pimple popper.
when we say it, we're gonna be like, duh. Like it's something. He was a doctor that like injected people and he killed them. Anyways, whatever. I can't. I don't know what his name is right now. But he had like
I'm
this
looking it up.
van. And my mom's best friend, she went to go visit that museum in Vegas. And she said that when she went, I
How
don't
do
know
you
if she
say
got
that?
on. What was it?
Jack? Was it Jack?
No, it's like fuck. I can't think of it. If maybe even if you look up like Zach Bagans like museum and then put like the van or something, it might say it. It's like Doctor something. It sounds like a movie. I can't think of it, but she went on there or she went near it or whatever the case was, and she said that she was like overwhelmed with emotions, like she felt like crying, like throwing up, like it's just like imagine all
Ooh.
these haunted artifacts that he has in one place and the energy in there. I don't think
Yeah,
I
oh
could go.
yeah.
Like I want to go,
Mm,
but I don't think I could go. I don't think so.
Kevorkian?
yeah.
There we go. That's it. There we go. That's it.
So
Him.
kid.
Dr. Kevorkian. Doesn't that sound so like a movie, right? Like I feel like that's such a
And guess
known
what kind of van it was? It's a
A
fucking
white one.
Volkswagen.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, what
That's
the?
it's
Mhm.
like a 70s, like a one of
Yeah.
those. Yeah. So that's there. Or I don't know if he still has it, but this was like maybe 4 years ago, but he had that. He has so many like crazy artifacts there. And I've talked to people that have gone. Again, my mom's best friend, one of my friends, Brenda, and they're like, it's intense. Like you just walk in and it's like, I'm like, I don't
Have
think
you
I could.
ever? So have you ever been somewhere like that?
Where it was intense like that.
Yeah. Where either like a lot of people have passed, or maybe like the Queen Mary. Have you ever been there?
I've never been inside. No.
Oh man, you
Yeah.
you need to go.
I want to. So that's actually one of the things and one of the goals that I have is to start like on my YouTube channel, because obviously I do like tarot readings over there. I do like psychic stuff over there, but I really do want to start doing like my own ghost adventures and doing hunts and all of that. I'm I am scared sometimes, but I don't know, like I just feel like it's part of what I've always wanted to do. So I do plan on visiting like really haunted places. I'm just the only thing that's been holding me back is like babysitting, honestly, because I'm like, I'm not
Yeah.
taking my kids with me. So,
No, no,
you
no.
know,
Yeah.
hell no, I'm not taking my kids with me. But yeah, I want to start like I've worked with a spirit box before. I have one, like I've worked with it. Um
You
that
have
was
one.
yeah, I have one.
She's
Yeah.
like, no.
It's pretty it was a trip. The times that we've used it, it's a trip. It's not like the high tech stuff like they have where you can like
Yeah.
read it and stuff, but you can hear things. Like it sounds like a like when you know when you turn a radio on and it's staticky, so it's like a wave of
Hmm.
static, and then you ask something or whatever, and it'll be like it's crazy, and I'm like,
Carissa downloaded an app. Remember you used it one time or a couple times and then we
Hmm.
freaked out. It said something.
Yeah, didn't it say Greg or something?
I don't
Yeah, it
know.
did say Greg.
And like, I think it even said my dad's name once or something like
It said
that.
something.
It said
I was
Greg.
Oh,
like, "Where's
She
you're done."
bring
oh
it
Like
out.
wow.
you're done.
Just kidding.
It's like the ones that types it out, like you can read it.
No, she downloaded like an
Um,
app.
yeah, it
No.
was an app. I don't even remember which one it was, but I have a friend who's big into ghost hunting. So
Really?
yeah, he has like all the equipment and everything. At
Oh,
least
that's
I
cool.
think he does. But yeah, where's that spirit box? Bring it out. Just kidding.
I can't. It's like packed. Girl, I haven't used it because what I
Oh
want to
yeah.
do, the last time I used it was in my old apartment because I think I'm a little too scared to do it by myself. But that's the thing too, like with the ghost hunting, I can't find anyone that's down to do it with me. You know what I mean?
I'll
So
do
I'm
it.
like, I
I
don't.
will
Carissa.
eat that shit
You're
up.
down. Let's
I'm down.
go.
I'm so down.
I'm not going by myself. I'm like, fuck that.
It's
Like,
so
It's a good
funny
thing
because like you talk to you talk to spirits, but
so
it freaks
it's
you.
different. It's different. So that's another thing too. I think a lot of people think that I'm like someone's next to me and like I see someone's, grandma sitting next to me. And it's not like that. When I do like a reading, it's more of like information. Like when Josie was talking, I literally that's why when the watch on the playback when you say grandma, I'm like, because I saw like the word grandma and I felt like a grandma energy with you. And then when you said that, I was like, oh, I knew she had a grandma on the other side. Like it's just information. It's not
Oh.
necessarily like someone's talking to me, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. Um, but like if I audibly hear someone, then I'm fucking scared. I'm like, bitch, but
Oh,
I have heard that before. I'm like, no. So it's different. It's because you do tarot. So when you get like, when you're pulling cards, it's kind of the same thing. Like you're getting the information, you're getting the
yeah.
message, but it's not like someone's like, hey, say this.
Yeah.
That's
I mean
terrifying.
those things also sound kind of scary. Like
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
those what are they called? Spirit
So,
boxes? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they
oh.
do. They're all
So have
I'm like, ah.
so have you seen? Do you see ghosts? Have you seen ghosts?
I have seen
Yeah.
ghosts. I don't anymore. I haven't seen anything physically. The first time I ever saw something, it was, and this is how I knew I wasn't crazy because I was with other girls and it was at a sleepover. When I was about maybe like middle school age, so like 11, 12. My friend had a sleepover. And I remember in her hallway, she had like at the end of the hallway, they had like a Virgin Mary shrine with like candles. And so they were obviously like really religious. You could, you got that vibe in the house and which was cool, whatever. So that was in the end of the hallway. And then she had her room and there was about, I want to say there was like maybe 7 or 8 of us, and it was like my friends, and then me and my chola friends. We were like the bad ones, or we were the wannabe bad ones, right? So we were like getting in an argument with them, right? So we got in an argument with them, me and then these two girls that were twins, and my friend Jessica. The four of us, we go to the living room because we're like, oh, we're cool, like we're gonna argue with them or whatever. So they stay in the room. The other four girls or three, they stay in the room. We go to the living room, right? It's not even our house. Like the girl that's having the sleepover, she's still in the room. So I don't know what the fuck we were thinking, but we get in her fridge and we get a Budweiser, 1 can of Budweiser. We split it between the three.
You guys are so bad.
We're so bad. Oh my God. So we split it between the three of us, right? Or the four of us. So we drink that. And then we're sitting out in the living room. And we're just, I don't know, thinking we're so cool. And we're talking shit about them and whatever. And so I remember we all kind of, and mind you, it's 1 can, so we definitely were not drunk. We kind of like, all of us like shifted our focus into the hallway. Like I'll never forget, like the living room was here, the hallway was here, right? And it's dim, it's dark, it's probably like 11 o'clock at night, something like that. And we like look into the hallway, and I'll never forget it. And I know they probably have never forgot it either. I don't talk to any of them anymore, but I know that they probably never forgot this. And we get quiet and we see a girl. Mind you, it's all Hispanic girls that are there. Everybody has dark hair. We look in the hallway and we see, oh, this is so, it creeps me out thinking about it. We see a girl with like Goldilocks curled hair, like you're getting a quince hair curl, right? Like in the back, blonde, white clothes with like, looks like she had like a white cap or something, but her hair was out the back. It's the back of her. And we're like, she's not see-through. She looks bright. That's all I could say.
Oh,
She looked bright. And
hell
we're
no.
like, we're all just kind of looking and we're quiet. We're just like, and she goes in the room. She goes inside the room that those girls are in. And we're like, and we kind of start, like, I'm getting the chills now. Like, we kind of start realizing, like, who the fuck was that? And we're like looking at each other and we're like, what the fuck? And so we like all like get kind of scared. Like in the moment we weren't saying anything, but I think once we realized like what the fuck was that? So we kind of like go in the room and we're like, hey, like, we're all mad at each other, but now we're all like, hey guys, like, who the fuck came in the room? And they're like, no one. Like they were looking at us like, what are you talking about? The door
Oh
never
no.
opened. The girl, I don't know. And I, to this day, I don't know what that was.
Oh
I know. I mean,
no.
obviously, it was a ghost of some sort. And maybe she was just like, "You guys need to go back in the room and stop being stupid." You know what I mean? I don't know what it was, but it was like I've never forgot that in my life. And you would think that seeing something like that, we would have been like screaming or petrified, but we weren't. We were just more like confused. And then, yeah, after that, again, I was like 11, and I still remember that story so vividly. I tell it all the time because people were like, "Have you ever seen a ghost?" And I'm like, "I sure fucking have." And like, yeah, and
Yeah.
I wasn't by myself seeing that. So, but that's not the only thing that I've seen. But when for me now, like I'll literally be like, God, spirits, like I'm down to talk to you. I don't want to see you. Like I don't want to see you. So I don't see.
That's your boundary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a little too much for me. You guys are gonna send me to the psych ward if I see some of that shit. So I'm good. But have you guys ever physically seen like a ghost or anything like that?
Not like you. It was more like a shadow,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like something like passing by, but nothing like that. No.
Okay.
I think they know, and I've made jokes about this, like you just said. I think they know that I would fucking lose my mind, so they don't go that
Yeah.
far,
Yeah.
or there's some sort of disconnect there where it doesn't happen. Like we talked about in our last mediumship episode, I'm more of a audible or auditory
Mm-hmm.
and feeling.
Right.
So like when I'm going to bed, I'll hear stuff. Like I'll
Mhm.
start picking up on stuff when I'm going to bed,
Mm-hmm.
or it's just like that gut feeling,
Right.
or knowing. It's
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
all three of those, but
Yeah.
never. Yeah, seeing things, not really. No.
That's
Yeah,
good.
me either. More like shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Shadows. I think once it was a shadow. Um and then just auditory. That one time it said my name like very clearly, and it's not Josie. It's my first name is Tereli.
Mm-hmm.
So to say that name, like to me, it was like what the, and it said it
Yeah.
multiple times, and then that really shook me. So, um, that was yeah. But I've also like had sleep paralysis, and then have heard voices during sleep paralysis.
Ooh,
Just my
no.
dream. Yeah, I know. Dreaming, like obviously very vivid dreams. Also
Let's
like
keep
a knowing and
lighting the
telling
stage
people.
again. Sorry, go ahead.
That's fine. um, yeah. So, but not nothing like that. And I
Yeah.
think they also know that I would lose my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no.
what when you're channeling,
Mhm.
what is your like what does it look like for you? Some people like they'll scribble on paper, some people they'll kind of just space out, and then I mean it's different for everybody. So when you're
Yeah.
channeling, like when you're doing either like a mediumship reading or you're picking up on something, what does
Mhm.
that like process look like?
So what I do when I do any type of reading, and it's pretty similar for tarot or mediumship in the process, where I just kind of like open up, I ask them, bring forward the information with accuracy, clarity, and I space out. Like I usually, when I'm
Mm.
channeling, you'll usually see me looking up to the left. Yeah, to the left. I look up to the left. Oh, of course, that would happen right now. I look up to the left, and it's almost like I get a flood of information. So, especially with mediumship, it's just like as soon as I connect to the person and like let's say they clarify who, okay, I'm like, hey, like your grandma's here, or like there's someone on the other side that wants to talk to you with it's this type of energy or whatever. And as soon as they can clarify that for me, the energy will speed up and I'll feel I call
Mm.
it like an impression where the spirit will impress information on me. Like it'll just kind of flood in like, okay, this and then
Oh.
this and then this. And so I do kind of zone out. I've done like writing and things like that, but for me, more of like my meditative space is just kind of like zoning out. It's
Mm.
almost like it's kind of weird because I feel like for the that moment where I'm channeling, I kind of don't. I mean, I can see like my eyes are open, but I'm like not looking at anything. I'm literally just seeing the
Mm-hmm.
images in my mind. Like I'm like, okay, like
Yeah.
grandma's house, and then there's this, and there's a necklace with a heart, like whatever. Like they're showing me like a reel of information. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and it's similar with tarot, but obviously, I mean, a bit different because I do have like the cards in front of me, and that's more of like where I'll focus my energy on, where I'm picking up on information as in a download, but I'm also looking at the cards to kind of interpret what the download means and to give it more of a
Mm.
specific meaning. So for me, I zone out. I talk really fast when I'm channeling, like really fast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I find that when I just let go and I just go with it, go with it, go with it, it works better.
Yeah.
um the information seems to hit a little bit different when I don't question what I'm getting.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
hard not to do that. It's very
Yeah.
Yeah.
hard because you're like, at what point am I like cutting off my thoughts and just picking up on whatever that is? Because,
Yeah,
and then you're like, is this even right?
I
Like,
know. Yeah,
no.
I'm all, what does a hot dog mean? And to me, I'm like, what the fuck does that? And then they're like, oh my god, yeah, like we love dog. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, and that's the thing too, like when you're doing that type of work, yeah, it's of course your own brain is going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it doesn't matter what you think. It's like, okay, like this is the information that they need to hear. And then every time I've held back from saying something because
Hmm.
I was like, no, it's going to be wrong. And then
They'll ask.
they'll be like, oh yeah, she was 43. And I was like, I was gonna fucking say that, but then I didn't say
That's
it,
so funny.
It always happens, but I still second guess myself. Like I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing like public readings for what are we in 2025? Probably like 7 years, I think. And
Wow.
I still question myself. Like it's gotten a lot easier, but sometimes I'm like,
Yeah.
am I wrong? Am I right? Is this even, and I try my best, but you know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
So, are you picking up anything now?
Well, I did pick up on the grandma energy that came in for you. And when you were talking, like I said, like I literally felt like a grandma coming in for you. But I did also feel like I don't know if like you have something of hers that would like be something that would be worn like jewelry or like around the neck. Do you have something like that or that would be like associated to her? Because I keep seeing like jewelry, like a necklace or something that would be like on the neck. Would that make sense to you?
Mm, not really.
I don't know who this would be for, but I keep seeing like a necklace. So I don't know. I don't know if it would be for like grandma or what, but I do feel like a lot of feminine energy here. Carissa, do you have somebody else on the other side that would be a feminine energy, like somebody that would have been a
Mm,
woman?
I have two grandmas on the other side.
So you have two, so both grandmas are on the other
so do
side.
I. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
do I.
So we have nothing but grandmas on the other side.
No, all my grandparents are on the other side.
Me too.
So,
Oh shit. So what, why am, okay, so what would the necklace be associated to? Or like something that would be like gold or like a pendant or something. Like who has something like that or wore something like that? Would that make sense to either one of you?
a gold pendant.
A gold pendant.
It could be jewelry, but I keep seeing like gold. That's why I keep touching my necklace too, because they're like a necklace or like
Well,
something that would be gold.
yeah, I have a whole box of my grandma's old jewelry I used to play with, but
So you have it in your possession, your grandma's
hmm
jewelry.
hmm
So then that would maybe be for you. And this would be only one of your grandma's, right?
what?
Only one of your grandma's jewelry that you have?
Oh yeah. hmm
Okay, then maybe that's why. Because I'm like, well, girl, if you have a whole thing of jewelry, then that's why she's showing me jewelry. Because I'm like, I keep seeing jewelry. Yeah, I definitely feel like it's funny because, like you said, like all your grandmas are on the other side, so it's a lot of feminine energy here. But I do
hmm
feel like as far as like anything that I'm picking up, I feel like there's a presence here, but I don't feel necessarily like there's any information coming in from them specifically. But I do feel like there's individual messages coming in for both of you, just like life stuff. Are you guys like cool if I say
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Yeah.
So for Carissa, I feel like they're showing me, and this doesn't mean anything bad, but they're showing me the Three of Swords like really prominently for you. So to me, this feels more like heart healing, like really working on healing disappointment or
hmm
healing that energy of being let down. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that's happening right now, but I do feel like there's a lot of that happening for you. And I feel like you're kind of in that space right now where you're mending things because they're showing me Three of Swords and I'm seeing like a heart broken mending back together. I also saw a heart necklace, so that could have been why. Um, but to me, it feels like a mending. So I feel like you're in a space right now where you are either needing to actively work on that or you are. So again, not saying it's like anything that's current, but it could have been like past betrayal or confusion, or, this could be with like close connections, friendship, family, love, whatever the case is. But I feel like it's close to the heart and there's a mending happening for you right now. A lot of emotional healing as well. Cause then now I'm seeing like the heart with like the little bandage over it, like that little emoji.
hmm
So it's healing. Whatever you have maybe recently gone through or are working on, I feel like
I
it's,
think I know what it is.
yeah. And I feel like, without saying too much, but I feel like you're working on it. And I think that they're kind of applauding you for that.
Hmm.
I'm also seeing a lot of like blue for you, so like throat chakra energy is coming in. Do you mind if I like pull a couple cards for you just to kind of like clarify?
Yeah,
Okay.
go for
All right, so let's see. I'm all full on reading now. Here we go.
it.
Yeah, so we're gonna just, with accuracy and clarity from my angels and my spirit guides, just clarify what's coming in for Carissa. Yeah, so we have the spiritual strength card. So to me, this is like really trying to uplift yourself. Like I'm getting like it's a you versus you type of energy that I'm seeing.
Mhm.
Um, like literally I'm seeing like looking in the mirror and like, I don't know, like I just heard like imposter syndrome or like who am I, or just kind of like self, searching, things like that,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's also coming with that mending energy for sure. I can't make this shit up. I told you, girl, look at the heart. Her heart's
Hmm.
on fire. So yeah, I feel like you're working on it and it's gonna be shining through for you. I also feel like you're gonna start a lot of new projects, like um ideas, and this is also coming after that healing energy where it's like, okay, like I'm kind of bringing things back together, I'm finding myself again, and I'm starting these new things. Again, the heart shape seems really significant. I've seen it multiple times and I pulled on it, so even after we get off here, you might start seeing a lot of heart shapes, or even that shape in general could mean something like the Sacred Heart or something like that. But I'm definitely getting that type of energy for you. I also feel like there's a new beginning happening for you. There could even be like new career moves, I would say, from like now till end of summer, like August.
Okay.
Sorry, it's like too much information.
No, oh shit. No, you're good. I just like almost knocked my table over. But
Oh,
yeah. Sorry.
sorry, I was looking. Oh, I didn't even notice. I'll just keep going.
No, I kind of want to touch. No, go ahead. Finish.
But yeah, I do feel like there could be like some new career opportunities, things like that are coming in for you.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm getting for you.
I think the heart mending is a interesting one. I'll just touch on it briefly because I know you're probably like ready to tell Josie hers. But I think I don't know if I've told you about my dad. We had like a very off, not good relationship. He suddenly passed, and it's been like in our last mediumship one, I was like telling Sabrina that I was getting like constant like nagging from him, almost from the other side, like,
Oh, wow.
hey, I'm here, hey, sorry, like, or just like acknowledge me, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll admit it has, since I acknowledged it, he has slowed down a lot, but he's still around, and I feel like I'm coming to a place now where I'm able to forgive him.
Right.
And I don't know if that's what it was pointing to, but that's
No,
where
yeah, that
mine
makes
that's
a
where
lot of
mine
sense.
went. So
Right.
that's where I took it. So, but
Yeah.
all the other stuff, I'll text you later.
Okay. Well, that's exciting. Yeah, no, with your dad, that could make sense. And you know what's funny is I didn't pick up on a masculine energy at all. And I don't know if it was like when we were doing like more of like the mediumship stuff, and maybe because, you know what I mean? Like you've kind of acknowledged him, like maybe he's letting up, you know, like what you explained right now would make sense. But yeah, when I was picking up on like that heart healing stuff, I didn't want to say too much because I don't know exactly, you know what I mean? But I definitely felt like there was like this really shattered energy that's being picked up now, which would attribute to what you're saying. So that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
Of course. I don't know how the fuck my cat just opened the damn door. I'm like, what the fuck? I thought that was weird.
Oh no. Was it my cat?
Oh my gosh, look, I just split the deck before I'm about to start for Josie, and it's literally like the heartache and loss. It's the Three of Swords. This is what I said. That's crazy.
Oh wow.
That's a trip.
Fucking weirdo.
So Josie, are you okay with getting a message?
Yeah.
Okay. So something about immediately, like they're telling me that you're getting your confidence back, or you're starting to get your confidence back. They're showing me a lot of yellow for you. To me, that's like solar plexus chakra, which is like confidence and feeling good about yourself and feeling good about what you're doing, not like second guessing yourself. So this could be, you know, a multitude of things, but I do feel like I kind of get this sense.
Oh, that scared me.
What was it? Oh my
Your
God.
child.
I just saw the door fly open, and
Girl.
I was like, oh.
Oh my God, he scared me too. Oh my God. Are you okay, love? Shit. I was like, oh, I saw like a little figure. I'm like,
That's so funny.
he would. Oh my God. He was asleep. I'm telling you, this kid. It's 'cause I'm being loud. I'm laughing and stuff. But okay, so for Josie, I feel like there's this energy of like getting confidence back after a partnership. Now, this could be like a relationship, this could be a friendship, whatever the case is, but they're showing me like Two of Cups energy, which would be partnerships. And I feel like to me, it feels like it could have been like a difficult partnership that you were dealing with, or a difficult person or something like that, or something that just like knocked your confidence. Okay. So I feel like that is where you are. I'm seeing the word joy too. Where you are now is like coming back into a space where you're able to get your confidence back, where you're able to feed back into yourself. I don't know if like, again, you can tell me after if you feel comfortable, but I feel like what I'm getting with this is like a lot of you feeding into other people, like putting into like their, you know, bank, like, okay, let me give you this, let me give you that. And I feel like now you're putting back into you. Okay. So that's kind of like the message that I'm getting. And now I'm going to start pulling, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. can't believe my kid did that. At least he didn't start freaking screaming. Normally he'd be like, "What are you doing?" Oh my! He just silently creeped in the back. I'm like, very, very
It's
on.
behind.
Yes, behind.
I literally, I'm like, that's what he just did. I'm like, very on brand, very on brand. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Can we just clarify for Josie? So we have the awareness energy. This is the number one. You guys both got number ones, which is funny because there's like something new starting, is what this feels like to me. With the awareness energy, this is the magician. This is like being very aware of yourself, being very self-aware, or becoming very self-aware, but it's also a manifestation, like something that you're putting out there coming into fruition. And I think that the whole confidence thing, to me, it feels like, let's say you have like an idea, right? You have, oh, I have this new idea. And it's like maybe you didn't have the confidence before to go for it, but this feels like going for something. Okay. So
Yeah.
I feel like this is maybe just for you. It could be a project, whatever the case is. But I do feel like you're in a space now to start these new things. You're in a space now to do these, new projects, or even just doing something for yourself. Okay. So number one seems really significant. Number three, it's funny because we look at the time right now is 11:03, and
Oh,
then I just
three.
yeah, 1-3 for you, so that's funny. Recognition and reward. So yeah, this is all like pointing to you being, how do I say it? Like appreciated. And it doesn't necessarily have to be other people appreciating you, although it could. Like I also feel like you could be doing something in the public eye. Obviously, you do this podcast, but there could also be something else that you end up doing like in the public eye that's very well respected, very appreciated. But I also feel like in your personal life, there's something coming in that's going to be very like karmically, like you're going to get good karma, and you're also going to be receiving a lot of praise and appreciation, whereas in the past you may not have in that specific area, whether it be friendship, love, whatever the case is. There's appreciation coming forward here. But I also see abundance. I see a lot of abundance coming in. Again, this could be about the podcast, it could be, but there's something about like public recognition, a project, possibly a career move, but something that's going to be very fruitful for you, like something that's going to bring it in. Like I'm seeing like gold coming in, so that's a good sign. With the material harvest, yeah, girl, I'm like, are you about to come into some money or something? Because this feels like opening up to receiving, and something about a manifestation coming true as well. So that's what I'm seeing for you. You guys both got the number 9 too. So I don't know, for you guys, maybe for the podcast or something else. The number 9 could be significant, or the month of September could end up being significant to you guys. So just FYI, because you guys both got that same energy with that. So
Mm,
that's what I
interesting.
got.
So
Yeah, well,
cool.
thank you. Well,
You're welcome.
regarding that that first part you got, I just came out of a relationship earlier this year in January. Um yeah, it was I don't know if he listens to this. I'll cut it off anything, but um yeah, like you said, I was feeding into other people's cups, and I really felt like an empty vessel.
Yeah.
I remember expressing, like saying, like I don't even, I just feel like a human. Like I don't feel like I'm anything,
Right.
like. And this was postpartum. I had a baby last year, um and yeah, I feel like I was giving so much and I wasn't receiving anything, and just things didn't work out, whatever. um but you said that you feel like I'm what just getting my confidence back, and I yeah, like you said, I was feeding into other people's cups, and I really felt like an empty vessel.
Yeah.
Like I remember expressing, like saying, like I don't even, I just feel like a human. Like I don't feel like I'm anything,
Right.
like. And this was postpartum. I had a baby last year, um and yeah, I feel like I was giving so much and I wasn't receiving anything, and just things didn't work out, whatever. um but you said that you feel like I'm what just getting my confidence back, and I literally was feeling like that today. Like
wow.
just kind of like feeling myself. And but you said that you feel like I'm getting my confidence back, and I literally was feeling like that today.
Oh,
Like
wow.
just kind of like feeling myself, and just like,
Yeah.
or not just not just today, but just like lately, just I feel like I'm coming back to myself, and it feels good. I like for a while there, like I feel like I lost touch with myself,
Right.
and I feel like I'm coming back too, so it feels good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
I'm all, fuck yeah, get your confidence back,
Yeah,
girl. I'm
Get
all,
it.
fuck these guys. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're not-
I know. But that's cool. Yeah, I love
I
that.
know.
But yeah,
You're gonna,
I'm still not over Zach coming in. I'm like, boy, I can't believe
yeah.
you did that.
I had a epiphany while she was reading for you, or while you were talking,
Mhm.
and I think I'm gonna wait to send a picture after I find it to say anything. Maybe not because it's the
What is
podcast,
it?
but
I'm all, what is
I
it?
know what.
there's literally a gold heart necklace in my room that was my grandma's.
Shut up.
You
And
guys are over here making me be like, what is this?
I
You guys are like, I don't know. And I'm like,
Well,
I'm
for
all, you guys
Sam,
are.
I have a bad memory, I told you. And then for some reason it was like something smacked me in the head, like, hello, I gotta go find it now. But
go.
it's literally a gold,
Well,
like
go.
a
Just kidding.
locket gold heart. I think it's a locket.
That's literally what I was seeing. Literally. Like a
Wow.
gold heart chain. That's why I kept pulling at this because I was like, okay, this isn't a heart, but I'm like, and you guys are like, I don't know. And I'm all, well, fuck. Well, I give up. I
I'm a
quit.
Well,
liar.
before you said necklace, you said something that we have in possession of grandma, and I do.
Yeah.
And I was just waiting for you to say something, like
What
Yeah.
was it?
describe it. I have a blanket.
Oh, okay. No, I was getting the
Yeah.
necklace. I mean, it doesn't mean that your grandma wasn't saying anything, but the necklace was like
Yeah.
in my head.
Wow.
That's crazy. What a
Yeah.
trip.
I've been
I
waiting
have a
for my
blanket at my
grandma's
grandma's
too.
too. That's funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sleep with it every night. It's my blankie.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. What a trip, huh? Psychic work is
Yeah.
crazy.
Can you
Psychic
read for
work.
yourself?
I try to, and I truly do not like reading for myself.
Me
I
either.
really don't. Do you remember when, like, I was going through it when I was pregnant and I had you read for me? Do you remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you were right. You're all tower. He's cheating.
I think I remember
Oh my god.
specifically.
And I
I
was like,
think
yep. And he was.
specifically, I remember. I think it was the Seven of Swords.
And
Seven of Swords.
he is the epitome of the Seven of Swords. So it's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy now that it
Yeah.
all came. But it's so funny because I had two people read for me when I was pregnant. Because when I was pregnant, you know, you're in your like
Mm-hmm.
your feelings. I'm also psychic. Everything is just like woo, woo, like I can feel everything. And I think, you know, so and this goes back to even not being psychic, like women's intuition. Like, you know, when something's
Mm-hmm.
off in a relationship, like your stomach is just feels pitted. It's like, what is that? Like, why do I feel this anxiety every day? And so I had, because I would try to read for myself and it just
Yeah.
wouldn't work out. And I had you and Laura read for
Laura,
me.
yeah.
Yeah, only you two when I was pregnant, and sure enough, both of you guys got she got like tower, and then you got Seven of Swords, and I'm all, everything's gonna be fine.
You're like,
Me
no,
not listening.
he's perfect. He's wonderful.
Oh, he loves me, and then it's like the earth shattered like a month later. I'm like,
Oh
fuck.
no,
It's all good though.
man.
But
Girl.
yeah, it's crazy.
Same here.
I know. Look at us. Look at us, huh? But we're here. We're fine.
We're
We're okay.
thriving. Hello.
Yeah, we got it. We're good.
It wasn't
It's
meant to
crazy.
happen. Yeah.
No, I'm a firm believer in that. If it was, I
Yeah.
would be miserable right now if I was still with that person. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
it's 11:11. Look at the time.
Hey
Hey.
ya.
So, is there? I know we've had you on for a while, but I have
Yeah.
a couple more things I wanted to pick your brain about, if that's
Sure.
okay.
Let's go for it.
So, what is the craziest either mediumship or tarot experience you've had with a client? You don't have to tell us like details if you can't,
Mm-hmm.
but something that sticks out to you that was like memorable.
Fuck, I've had a lot.
Either like with confirmations or just with whatever. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm not gonna say any names, obviously, but so I had this girl. This was, I think, like 2020. She had contacted me, and she was just, very. I could just feel a heaviness on her energy. I knew something bad had happened. I knew she lost someone. I didn't know who. And we ended up talking on the phone, and I think. I don't even think I charged her. I think it was like I just felt something and I was like, let me just like do the reading for you. So we ended up talking on the phone and I picked up her dad and I picked up that he had passed away and I picked up like a very like violent death and all of this, right? And I could just feel the sadness and I was like, were you there? And she ended up telling me that she had to give him like CPR and all of this, right? So it was really, really traumatic, right? So we were on the phone, all this, right? And I was like, you know what? I was like, where do you live? And she was like, Fontana. And I was like, can I like do a reading for you in person? Maybe like next month. And she was like, yes, please. And I didn't charge her for it. Like I just felt like I needed to. And so I get there and it's her. She's younger. She's probably like in her late 20s. It was her and then her mom. And then I didn't know who he was, but and I didn't even know what her dad looked like or anything like that. But I guess the brother was there. And
Mm.
I remember sitting down, and this is an in-person reading. So I always feel like they're a bit more intense, and I don't do those very often. I remember sitting down, and the brother was sitting to the left of me, and the mom was over here, and the girl was sitting next to me to my right. And while I'm like channeling, I literally physically feel like this weird pull, and I'm like, I have to talk to you. Like, and I put like my hand to him it was his brother, and I was like, I have to talk to you. And I it was like he was like they're like Middle Eastern too, which I was kind of surprised that
Mm.
they were like open to the experience. Like they were super down. And he looked at me like shocked and I was like, I have to talk to you. And I was like, I feel like I have to say I'm sorry to you and something about your stomach issues. Like it was just super like very, very on point. And he was like, he validated everything. He had like bad stomach issues. Him and the brother had gotten in a fight. It was like
Oh.
it was like that man, like that girl's dad literally was like, get your ass to my house, go talk to my family. Like it was just very, I'll never forget the way I felt this like weird energy just pull me to go talk to the guy. So that one was really, really like, whoa, like that
Yeah.
was very memorable for me. But I've had a lot. There's a lot. I can't even. I've had a lot where I'm doing them like on a Zoom and lights will be flickering in the background while I'm
Oh
doing the
wow.
reading. My one of my clients, Sandy. I know she won't mind if I say this, but my client Sandy, we actually have a recording of us doing a FaceTime, and on her end, yeah, it's on her end. There's just tons of orbs going through the reading like
Mm.
the
Oh
whole
wow.
time. So like instances like that, and those are always just again, I do a lot of readings, but there's quite a few that are pretty memorable for me. So
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
stuff like
Wow.
yeah. Well, my life is like a movie, girl. I have
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
I
lived
can only
many
imagine.
lives. It's crazy. It's been a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you have a podcast.
I do have a podcast. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we were supposed to
I
record
forgot.
today, but we
Oh,
didn't.
we should have brought
Um
Nikki on.
I know. No, she's scared. She's
Why?
terrified of all this stuff. That's what's
Oh,
so
just
hard. It's like I want to talk about this shit, and then she's like, "No, no, 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 no." I'm like, "Oh
it's like me and her.
my." I know.
Yeah.
I'm all, yeah. And then the spirit was behind me, and she's like, "No."
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
So
Too
I love
tricky.
podcasts though. Thank you guys for having me on. I
Yeah.
had like such a good time just hanging
Yeah.
out, talking about scary shit, getting
Yeah.
scared.
Getting
I want to
scared.
hear more scary shit. So we'll probably
Yeah,
have
me
you on
too.
again.
I
I
love
don't know.
talking scary. So, and then maybe when I start the ghost hunting, we can talk about that too. If you want to
Yeah.
find, and I feel like you might be able to find haunted places before I do. So let me know if you have like, if someone has a place that they need like a ghost hunt. I don't know. I'm down.
Yeah,
I'm
for
down.
sure. Have you ever been to, was it in Pasadena, the haunted forest?
No. Mm-mm.
Would you do stuff like in the wilderness, or was it only be like or would it only be in like,
I don't know. The outside scares me a little more than the
yeah.
inside.
I've
I
been
don't know
up there
about that.
once and it was scary.
I
It
don't
was
know about
scary.
that, girl.
But I don't know why it makes it more scary. I don't know, but it does.
I think
And
because there's
then
no walls. It's like anything could come from anywhere. You know what I
right.
mean? Or you
Yeah.
can get lost
Or
and
you eaten by an animal
right
or
now.
I don't know. The
walk
Blair
into
Witch.
walk into a fucking portal and never return.
Oh
Like no,
god.
Oh
no,
my
no.
gosh.
That
Oh
yeah, that
no.
wouldn't be no thank you. That's scary shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah, no
terrifying.
thanks.
So
Well,
yeah. I hope I didn't scare the alien one was scarier than this one. So I hope I didn't scare you guys.
yeah,
Yes,
and you
it
know what?
was.
I don't know how many views we have on that one, but I don't blame them.
That one's fucking scary.
They-
I watched it because I was like, this looks interesting. That was the one I watched like right before we got on here. So
yeah.
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 Well, I know. Are you guys gonna? So okay, so like after scary stuff, experiences or weird things, do you go watch like what's your go-to to go watch like
Yeah.
or to get your mind off stuff like that?
Probably like anything funny, like Forgetting Sarah Marshall
Oh,
or
I
like
love that movie.
yeah, like something like that. To yeah, I have to, or like comedy, anything that's funny to
Hmm.
get my mind off of it. Because if I'm in that space where I'm like really fucking scared, I'm like, no, bitch, like
Yeah.
I gotta
You're like,
change the vibe in here.
I'm not going
Yeah.
to sleep at all because my sleep is going to be worse.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, it's like I'm
Yeah.
not scared right now, thank God. So I'll be able to sleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't keep it. I can't keep it. Like I used to be able to watch scary movies and fall asleep. Now, fuck no. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's because you became a mom, maybe.
Yeah, it has to be that because I feel like I was way more down for stuff like that. I was like, whatever. And then now I'm like, no, because if I wake up and it's like on a scary part, I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, or I don't like letting the little ones like see that stuff just
yeah,
because of the energy. It's not really like, oh, I'm scared they're gonna like become psychopaths. That too, but
yeah,
like
that
I just
exactly.
don't the energy exchange. Like I don't want them having that,
Yeah.
especially with my 6-year-old. He's like very, very, very inquisitive, and he just will ask all the questions, and I
Yeah,
don't know how to answer them. So
yeah.
yeah.
That's I don't like my kids to watch scary stuff. Even though my older one, he kind of likes scary stuff. Like more like scary art. Like he draws like scary stuff, and I'm just like, can we
Mm.
not? I'm all scared. Like,
He's like the ring. Is it the
no,
ring?
Oh
he's
no.
crazy. He just likes like I don't know. Like I wouldn't say it's like scary. It's just more like kind of like dark and ominous. Like his drawings, and I'm
Mm.
like, what the fuck? I'm like, are you okay, son? He's
Hey,
just like,
you know
ah.
what? That's gonna make him rich someday, I feel.
Probably, yeah. He likes
Yeah.
doing films and all that too. He makes his own little films. I'm like, wow,
That's cool.
Oh,
yeah. So
there you go.
yeah,
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I love
All
him.
right. Do you have any more questions for her?
Um, do you ever like when you talk to your angels and spirit guides, do you like ask them for like I know for like a sign, do they like have you ever seen like something like cuz last time we spoke Sabrina well when we spoke to Sabrina,
Mhm.
she said that she received like a butterfly in the she saw like in one of the oracle cards like right
Mhm.
after she had asked them. Have you ever experienced any of that before?
Yeah, a lot. Like I feel like I always have like an ongoing conversation with my spirit guides. Like like if I'm in distress or whatever, I'm like, please, like, if this is gonna be okay, can you please show me like 1111 or a white horse? Like sometimes I get really specific so that I know like it's not just a coincidence. And
Mm.
it almost always happens. Even on like because I have classes that I do and I have like a Patreon group, and we'll do it on the live. We'll be like, oh, let's see this, and then we'll pull cards together and it'll be in the card. So it happens a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it always makes me feel like, okay, I'm not alone. Like I'm being heard. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
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 We'll definitely tell people where to find you, what you offer, and we'll make sure to tag everything, of course.
Yay, thank you. Okay, so my business page for doing readings is The Magickal Queen. It's The Magickal Queen with a K, CK. That's my Instagram. And then I have my personal page where I do like more of just like me stuff, like my, me, mom life, me talking, my podcast stuff. My podcast is called Just Friends Uncut Podcast. It's myself and my best friend Nikki, and we just literally are extremely unhinged and talk about whatever the fuck comes into our minds. So we have the podcast, and then I have my personal page. It's Sam Bam Baby, and yeah, that's where you can find me.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
This was
fun.
a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yay.
We'll
I
have
had
to
a
have
good
you
time
back.
too.
We'll do like a live episode where we go ghost hunting. When
I'm so down.
You have to bring Nikki though. So Nikki
No, she will not go. She'll try to fight me. She will not go. Wait, where do you live? Where do you guys live?
I'm in Baldwin Park.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm in Las Vegas.
Oh, you're in Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, so you are near that museum.
Yes.
It's like 20 minutes away. 20, 30 minutes.
I know.
You should go and record. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, but no, for sure. You guys let me know and I'm down.
Sweet. We're going to do it.
I'm down.
She'll bring Nikki, and then you and Nikki can be like...
You guys could go.
We can go have dinner while you...
Oh my God. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It was fun having you, and we're definitely gonna have to have you back. Yeah,
for sure. I'll be back. Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Of course, we'll tag everything, all your info and stuff.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Have a good night.
All right, you guys too.
Talk to you later.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. That was fun.
It was.
That was really fun.
She's got a really good energy. She's very well experienced with this type of thing. So
yeah, and sometimes I get like nervous, like what do I even ask? But but she's like she has really good energy and like that. What is it? What she told us?
What
would it be called?
Like her insight or her ability?
Insight, is that what it is?
Her insight? I don't know. That's the word.
That's what it does? Yeah. Well, whatever.
Like what when she read for us? Or when
our reading, right? Our reading.
Okay.
That's right. Our readings, right. Sorry, I'm like it's 11, almost 11:30. But no, I love my reading. And I think when she was giving your reading, I was like, because we both know what's going on, and and then with mine, I was like, because we both know what's going on in mine too, and I was like, that's like just confirmation. I'm like, okay, cool, we're on the right path. We just gotta keep going.
Yeah.
And that was a trip.
Right.
I didn't cry this time, guys.
She's always very accurate. Right.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was when she was talking. Once the playback comes, I'll know, or will know, obviously. Mm-hmm. You'll see that moment where I was like, oh, shit. You did?
Yeah. But could, like, I also feel like you could be doing something in the public eye. Obviously, you do this podcast.
Yeah,
I don't know if I think I looked that way or that way. I don't know. But I was like, oh, I do that all the time. Like, oh, there was a noise over there. But no, it was because I remembered that there is that that
Mm-hmm.
fucking necklace. Now I'm gonna have to
That
go looking
necklace.
for it. I think I know where it is, but I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
She mentioned something how when she channels, she looks to the left and then she just talks,
Yeah.
right? I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that when I talk, when I'm having conversation, I look to the left because I'm thinking and I'm just talking. And it's not that
Mm-hmm.
I'm not paying attention or anything, or it's just, and
You're
I sometimes
buffering.
yeah, and sometimes I see images.
Mm,
So when she was telling me that, I was like, oh, interesting. That
right.
happens to me every day when I just have regular conversations.
Yeah.
Um,
Maybe that's your
I
channeling too.
yeah, maybe I'm channeling
Channeling.
channeling my words, but how she described it, I just always thought like, you know how people say, "Oh, you're lying because you're not looking at me in the eyes or something like that." Like I
And they
just
say people that lie look to the left.
right, and so I'm like, I'm not lying. I'm literally just thinking. Like my words are just flowing. You know what I mean? So when she was saying, I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh wow, I do that too." It's just I never put two and two together. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. What'd you think?
I just know she's always very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
She's she's just very connected and to whatever
Mm-hmm.
she believes or whatever it is that's connecting
Mm-hmm.
to her is always very accurate.
Yeah.
Oopsie, didn't mean to do that, but
So an update from the last medium episode.
mm-hmm.
I know Sabrina had picked up
Oh yeah.
the the miscarriage, right? So I I gave her a name, and so one day I was just thinking about her, and I was at a park, and I'm thinking about her, and I'm like, if you're here, just kind of like just give me a sign, just show yourself to me, right? And maybe like a minute later, I see a hummingbird fly, and it goes into the tree. It comes out, and it stops in front of me because I was with the kids, in front of me, and then it goes back in front of me, and it like did that like 3 or 4 times, and I was like, oh my goodness, right? And then it ended up flying away, and I was like, okay, was that my sign? And so then a few days later, I was like, okay, if that was you, just show me another hummingbird. And I think I was putting my baby down for a nap, and there was like a little throw pillow that my mom had there, and we were just, I was laying down with them, and I just happened to look over, and there's a fucking hummingbird on the pillow.
Oh wow.
So then I'm like, what the hell? I was like, okay.
So her name's
Oh my
Hummingbird or
god.
what?
Uh-huh.
Is
Well,
it so her name's Hummingbird?
I don't want to give her first name out, but
Oh, okay.
my little nickname for her is my little hummingbird. So then when I take my baby out for walks and I think about her and I'm like, oh, are you here? Like, just show yourself. I kid you not, I've been seeing hummingbirds, and I don't know if it's different ones, but it's that one, and I'm like,
Which
oh my
bitch?
gosh, and I'll say hi to her, and I'm like, oh hi, girl, we've been glitching all this whole time.
We have? Or
It's
you?
probably my internet, but yeah, it's probably my internet. But and then was it yesterday or this morning? I don't know. But we're sitting down in the backyard and we're just talking. And literally a hummingbird just flew up. I was like, oh my gosh! I start freaking out. I was like, I've been seeing that hummingbird, and she
Hmm.
flew away. But that's my little
Little sign.
spirit guy. I just like, oh yeah, my little sign. I'm like, oh, and then I just say hi to her, and you're here. Okay, bye. So that's my yeah. So that was my update.
That's cute. It's
Yeah,
like
she's
a,
cute.
a nice way to.
She
Because
goes, "Hey,
sometimes you're
mommy," and
like,
she flies away.
right. Because sometimes it's like, send me a sign, and you're like, you get it, and then you're like, well, was that it? And then
Yeah,
it's 11:33 on that clock. Why is that clock always off? Anyway,
it's 11:30, which
it
is one
is.
three again.
Yeah.
Wow, wow.
And this one's
But
1133. whatever.
Oh.
Anyway, so we're going ghost hunting is what I took from all that. Next time you're out here.
Go. Vlog it.
You-
Me? Scared.
Yeah, you're coming. I'll have your brother come with his camera and record it. Because he has a good camera. He'll just be like our videographer for the day.
Can I pretend I'm there?
You can pretend you're not there. We can find, or you can go to the one in Vegas, and I'll go to the one somewhere else. Thing 2 has her friend over. Her birthday's on Sunday, so
yeah.
There's more friends coming tomorrow.
Sleeping over?
There's one sleeping over today.
Fun. Oh.
No, I had to shut them up like 3 and I get it because my mom used to come down the stairs yelling at me to shut up. But I was like, we're recording, so you better shut the hell up. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it the one friend that she says like, oh, she listens to your podcast?
No.
Oh.
That's
But anyways, hi friend that listens to our podcast.
Yeah. Whoever, I know who you are, but I won't say your name. But it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
I don't know your name, but hi. Yeah.
It starts with
That's
an
cool.
E,
She turns 15.
ends with a E.
Oh.
Just kidding. I was just kidding. So any plans for the rest of the weekend?
Well,
Tomorrow's Saturday.
So my son comes home on Sunday, and tomorrow I'm gonna edit because I don't want to edit when he's here.
Yeah, it's hard.
So edit, yeah. So edit so that when he does come here, it's back to usual. But just edit. Aside from that, just hang out. Hopefully, I'll finish tomorrow because there's probably not a lot of editing that I've got to do. It's probably finish tomorrow and then just hang out. Yeah.
Cool.
You?
Cool. I don't know.
Aside from
we're gonna go do girl stuff, but with a baby. And
what kind of girl stuff?
I don't know yet. I have no idea what we're doing.
Oh.
I was kind of winging it. I have a few things in mind. Figure it out as the day unfolds. I think we're gonna go to Dutch Bros because we've never been, and we have one down the street from us now.
Oh, yummy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what do you order from Dutch Bros? Because I don't know what to get.
If you want, I just order a basic sugar-free vanilla cold brew with soft top, a splash of cream.
Really?
It's delicious.
You
can get regular vanilla, but
does it taste like the one at Starbucks?
What? It's a little different, but it's delicious. You have to ask them for the splash of cream though, because they'll make it black with the soft top.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
So you gotta ask for a little splash of cream.
Okay. Well, we're almost at 2 hours, so
yeah.
I think we'll see you guys next week.
Fun. It's a good time to go to bed.
Yeah. Wake up in like an hour.
If you guys like this video, smash that like button. I'm watching you.
Subscribe, comment. We'll tag all Sam's information so you can reach out to her for readings or follow her podcast. Maybe we'll do like
do all the things. A collab. A merging. Intertwining two worlds together.
Yeah. We'll scare you and Nikki.
Yeah. No.
All right. I'm tired, so bye.
All right, guys. Me too. Bye. Wait, hold on. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.